June 1st and 2nd in Rapid City.
Oh yeah.
Team camp, but I mean, someone was like, "You guys do team camps? Let you let club teams in?" I'm like, I mean, we're not necessarily 100% club team yet, but next summer, no, I'm not gonna try. I'm not gonna do many team camps.
So what are you gonna do?
More try to get like into like Gold Crown tournament, like just turn more AAU type events just to get them to be playing more people. Still gonna try and do like some type of team, like some team camps if I can, because I still think with the kids that I'll have, like that's valuable for them to get on a campus at a college campus, stay in the dorms, get a feel
and it's just a cool experience for it.
Get a feel for what it's like to be in college. I mean, you're gonna have kids that are gonna be in college the next year, so it's like you might as well just, hey, this is what it's like, dude. It's what dorms are like.
So you just keep them in the dorms and stuff.
Yeah.
That was always fun. I think we did that where did we do that one time? Well, I did it for an elite camp at Sheridan one time. Stayed in their dorms that they have on campus there, so it was kind of cool.
When we go to Colorado for the showcase, though, I'll get a block of hotels, or however, like if the parents want to travel down themselves, like however we want to do that, we'll cross that bridge by ourselves. But that's what all the fundraising's for. I want to try. I
liked your little. Go ahead.
I was just trying to make this summer like as least out of pocket for everyone as possible.
No, I feel like that's all you can do. I liked your little highlights you put up the other day. Your dude punching. That was nice. That was kind of easy. It was easy for him too.
You should hear me in the real video without the music. I'm like, oh my god, it's layups everywhere. Because there was like 3-4 of them in a row that was just, they were making those tough layups, like grab the tennis ball, opposite hand. Sometimes they look at you like, dude, you'll never, like, what is this? I'll never do this in a game. And you just sit there and you're like, you never know. There's going to be that one random time when you're going to have to do some weird stuff to get the ball in the air.
Oh, absolutely. I think practicing like, not like wild, crazy layups that are you shoot once every 1,000 shots, but like kind of offset layups where you're maybe only gathering with one hand and finishing and having to put a little spin on the ball. That's absolutely something that you should work on in like and again, I think kids can get carried away and start doing wild stuff, and you kind of got to reel them in. But if it has purpose to it, it's absolutely good to work on different types of finishes like that.
No, yeah, I agree. Yeah, you're right. And too, with the videos and stuff like that, I'm gonna start doing that more and more with workouts and in our tournaments. I got a stat book I'm gonna take with us and have someone do stats, because I really do kind of want to keep track of that. So like I can post on Instagram after we play a game, like, hey, these 3 kids, like these were our top scorer, top rebounder, top assist guys, just small stuff like that, just to like, one, acknowledge the kids, because social media is such a big thing, and two, like that's a recruiting tool as well.
You should have a parent do it, bro. I bet a parent would be happy to do that.
No, I'm going to. I'm gonna ask. Like, I'm gonna take it myself. Provide the pen and everything. Like, hey, can you do this for me? Like, just for.
You should have them do it on an app. There's apps you can download, bro.
Really?
Oh, absolutely. There's parents. Shout out Mike Valentine. He's a dad on my team. Take stats for me, or not necessarily for me, but he just takes stats because he wants to, and he sends them to me. And that's a big help, to be honest, because you don't always get stats in summer competition.
I like stats. I don't dive like too far deep into stats, but I like seeing certain things. Like I like seeing the glass. I like seeing free throws. What are we at from the free throw line compared to them? What are our
Mm-hmm.
turnovers to assists? You know, I like to see those type of stats. I could give a shit less if you have 30 or what you're scoring with 30.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see like team stuff.
It's so funny you say that, bro, because we talked about that with some of our guys is like just being good, being solid as a team and being a team that plays the right way. That's what coaches are going to look for. Like if you're scoring 25 a game in summer basketball and your team is terrible and playing against terrible competition, college coaches ain't going to care about that. But if you're playing great basketball, playing against good teams, and you're averaging 10 and 6 and 3 steals, and you're kind of filling it up that way, college coaches are really going to take notice.
Bro, was that Stephon Marbury in the
I
stand?
think it was. I think it was. He was hyped up.
Oh. Oh, but no, when I was a kid, I wish I could have like understood the difference between like the stat sheet. I wish I really understood what coaches looked for. You know, it's not always
Hmm.
the made shots and stuff and the points scored. It's the little things, you know. It's how many rebounds did you get there? or or this is one thing they look at too. How many rebounds does your guy have on the offensive glass? Like I'll look at
Hmm.
that sometimes when you were at Pueblo. I'm sure you looked at it too. Like if a big man was given their matchup was just eating up on the boards, you're like, bro, they got 5-0 boards right now. What are we doing? You gonna box
Yeah,
them out?
and
Like,
like that's obviously being able to get live stats and stuff,
mm-hmm,
but being able to look back on the game and see, because you as a coach, you have feelings of like, oh, this guy played well, he really got going for us at this point in the game or whatever it is. But when you really can look at the numbers and match up those numbers with what you saw on the court and kind of what you reflect on in the game, it
mm-hmm,
just is confirmation of guys that are playing well and maybe guys that you didn't see were playing well that maybe you didn't notice quite as much. And you're like, oh, this dude had 5 boards in 13 minutes of play. Like that's big time.
mm-hmm. Agreed. Um, that's a great point. I think one thing. Oh, I lost my point. But like one thing, something kids could really take note of as well is just like not even being worried about the stat sheet either. Like being worried just strictly on what that score on the scoreboard says. I mean,
Hmm.
yeah, there's things you should be worried about in the stat sheet, in my opinion, like turnovers, stuff like that. But if you're focused on the score and what you can do to increase the lead or shorten your deficit, then that's the biggest thing. That's the main thing that you should be focused on. Like there's
Hmm.
one thing I would chart with my teams over the winter would be wide open layups that we'd miss. Like wide open a transition layup
Bunnies.
that you
Yeah.
missed, or like and I'd write it just like tally it on my whiteboard as we'd go in the game. And I'd always give like a target score that I felt like we could hit. And with my the fourth graders, or yeah, the fourth graders happen all the time. Like I'd be like, yo, we could get to 60 here. We can get to 65. Like one time our goal was to hit 80. And I was like, guys, you can do it.
80
Like
points.
yeah, I mean,
Hmm.
I just want them to like, I was just teaching them transition. Like we were really just trying to teach them, get the ball and go, look your head up 1 to 2 passes. And we got layups, just trying to
Hmm.
teach them that. And we finished with 69 points and we missed 10 layups, wide open layups, or no, 5 wide open layups that I charted towards the end of the game. This was when I first started.
Hmm.
I'm like, guys, you miss 5 wide open layups or 6 wide open layups, whatever it was. You make those, we get our goal. You understand how
Hmm.
important those missed shots are, like, and then they started catching on and stuff I only coached them like 3 tournaments, but that was something new that I tried to get in. Like, hey, focus on the, like, dude, you guys just left 10 points on the board that we
Yeah,
could have
and
had.
those are good teaching points, especially when you take an L. It's like, guys, we lost by 4 and we were 60% from the line and missed four wide open layups and whatever else, you know? So it's like,
Mhm.
I think stats are something that players, like you said, they shouldn't focus on, especially during the game. But it's a good way to, um, it's a good way to, I guess, get an idea of what your production is on the floor and what you're actually accomplishing out there. You know,
Mhm.
because if you're a player and you're playing, you know, in a high school game, let's say you're playing 17 minutes and you have, you know, 4 points and one rebound and two turnovers or something, it's like, man, I feel like I played well, but, you know, maybe I did play well in other ways, but dang, I need to be a little bit more productive when I'm in there.
Mhm. So tidbit of the day, kids, stats. It's not always the
Full
points.
stats. Yeah.
It's not the points. Look at that plus minus sometimes. Are you a plus or are you a
I was just
minus on the
about to say
basketball
that,
court?
dude.
If you're in the plus, good job. If you're consistently in the minus, stop pointing the finger because
Yeah.
the problem may lie within yourself.
Yeah,
Just
it's
saying.
that plus minus is it's not a like actual physical stat that you know you rack up assists or rebounds or whatever,
Hmm.
but it really does tell a story of, for one, what players play well individually, but also like maybe what lineups worked well together.
I was just about to say that's one thing I never understood in college. I always thought plus minus was stupid, even though I never played a second in college basketball. Let's just reiterate that. But still, I thought it was dumb. I'd be
No,
like,
coaching, yeah.
that's stupid. Like I don't get it. Like this guy's obviously better. He should be on the court, you know. And then you start really diving in, and you're like, oh, you know, he is good, but
Mm-hmm.
bad things are. Why do bad things tend to happen while he's on the court? And they always
Yeah.
stem from something that he did or he didn't do, stuff like that. But
Do you
let's
see that
transition to
DiVincenzo
yeah. I was
three?
just about to say let's transition into the playoffs because episode
Well,
43.
let's welcome the peeps. Yeah, 43.
Yes, episode 43, getting closer and closer to that halfway mark, half a century mark.
Half century mark. Yeah. We'll get there in due time.
Mm-hmm. No, playoffs. Knicks, Pacers right now. First game again, the round, game one, round two. You asked me before this
Dogfight.
about the Knicks. What do I think about the Knicks? Um, I think they go as far as their role guys around Jalen Brunson can go, and I
Which,
really
how
truly
far is
think.
that, do you think?
I want to say Indiana can beat them in this series. So I think this
Hmm.
round. I think it goes this round. I think Indiana has too much firepower. I think they have
Really?
too much firepower. They're just they're
I think
fast.
I'm a believer in the Knicks, to be honest with you.
I love when New York basketball is good though. Like the
Hmm.
NBA is and all is right in the NBA when the New York Knicks are playing well, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Well, and this is kind of cool because it's an old school rivalry, you know, with
Hmm.
Reggie Miller and all that
I mean,
too. So it's kind of
don't
classic.
get it. Let's not get it twisted here. I want them to win. I want them to win
Yeah.
this series. I don't know if they can do it though. It's like, dude, the Pacers just don't like. They're that team that just does not go away ever. Consistently there,
Yeah, they
all
don't.
the time. They about to have the ball back too, huh? Wow, they
Jalen
just got the
Brunson
ball
might have just
back.
turned that over. But I think the Knicks, like I think for one, to your point, this series is going to be tough for them. But I think they get past them, and I think they see Boston. Oh, it went off his foot. It went
Oh,
off Nemhard's foot.
so
But I think they might take an L to Boston in the Eastern Conference Finals, but I think they get there.
Boston's looking good. Who do they got?
Hmm.
Uh,
winner
Who they
between
got?
Magic and Cleveland.
Cleveland.
Who
And they
won
got
that
Cleveland.
game?
That's right. Cleveland.
Oh, Cleveland
Donovan
won.
Mitchell had 39. He had 89 points in the last 2 games. Bucket.
That's crazy. That's what we need to see from Donovan Mitchell, man. We knew he's capable of it. Doesn't he have like a 70-point game or a 60-point game?
70. He has a 70 burger. Because
Hmm.
no, D Book has the 70 burger.
But I want to say Donovan Mitchell, I think he has at least a 60-point game.
That's so many points. That's so many points in one game, bro. Like that's just ridiculous.
But I can't lie to you, I didn't even watch a game, or I didn't even watch a full game of the Magic and Cavs. I know
Because
it
it was
went
all it
seven,
was
but
all on NBA TV.
hmm
I was about to ask you. Okay, here's the thing. Let's just take a. I want to backtrack. I got a question for
yep.
you because I'm sure you saw this on Twitter between me and John.
Yeah, man, you guys got to stop beefing, man.
Darvin Ham, deserved or not deserved?
What happened to him?
Fired for him getting
Yeah,
fired.
you know, I don't know. I think there can be an argument made, but for both directions. I think in the NBA, I've seen crazier things happen. Like
Mm-hmm.
um, who was the Toronto head coach that won like Coach of the Year and then he got fired?
Oh yeah, I can't think of who you're talking about. I know who you're talking.
I
I know
can't remember
who.
his name. Dwayne Casey. Dwayne
Yeah, Dwayne
Casey.
Casey.
But I've seen crazier things, to be honest with you. So it's like it's not out of the question that he got fired in my mind, honestly.
What the fuck? What just happened? What just happened?
I think it did hit Jalen
Oh, it did hit.
Brunson. Oh, it hit him for sure.
You tweaked. I don't know, dude. My thing with him is with Darvin Ham's situation is he overachieved with a terrible roster. Terrible
hmm
roster. And they were competitive in every single game. Okay, I understand, like I get it. 20 they had a double digit lead in every single game. At the end of, he's not out on the court shooting the ball and getting stops. He tells them what to do.
Yeah.
Yes, I've heard the stories that he doesn't necessarily the best with X's and O's, but like, dude, you guys, they went from praising the guy from making the Western Conference Finals to now it's, oh my God, he's the worst coach ever. Let's get rid of him, dude. You want to know what's crazy is ever since Phil Jackson was the last winning head coach in LA before oh my Lord, what's his name? Frank Vogel came. They've fired their last 2 winning head coaches after about 2 years. Like, that's nuts. When was the last time that I get it's a prominent franchise, but
hmm
like
Yeah, I think
everyone's
that's the
saying,
big thing for me is like to your point, and I think what you're saying is completely on point of as far as was that a roster to win a championship? No, it was not.
no,
Especially when you see how the season played out. Was it a roster that maybe could have made a
yes,
longer run? Like, yeah, I think they could have, especially if they wouldn't have seen Denver the first round. If they would have ended up with a better seed or ended up with a different matchup, that's Denver's winning that one. So it's
mm-hmm.
like, could they have made a little bit of a run? I think so. But how far would it have gone? It definitely would have ended in a championship.
Yeah. It's tough. I don't know. It sucks. I feel bad for him because it's 10. This is gonna be coach number 10 for LeBron James. Like, be people. Okay, if you're a fan of him, I get it. You're never gonna change your stance, but at some point you really have to sit there and look, like really look. Has it always been the head coach?
But I mean, that's how coaching, like when your team doesn't win or doesn't meet expectations, the
Mm-hmm.
coach is the one that takes the fall for it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like I
It
think
just
I think
seems
a little bit of it is it's a part of the business of coaching.
what's really wild. I think the wild thing to me is if you look at the one place, there's only one coach that started before Braun and has lasted after post Braun, and that's Spo.
Mm,
And remember in Miami, he wanted him out at one point,
I do remember that. I've heard that before.
and Pat Riley said, "No, no, 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 no." Like,
But
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I think that's Pat
that's just
Riley.
the
He
culture.
like exactly. Pat Riley is like, dude, I've been in this a long time. Like I know what it takes, you know.
I'm an
So
OG. He's like the
I'm gonna
Italian
keep Spo
mobster of the
around.
NBA. That was a
Pat
smart idea
Riley's
because
cold, man.
uh, Spo the best coach in the NBA. I remember we did a poll last year, and it was between Spo, Phil, and Greg Popovich. And I said, who's
For
the best
best coach in the
who
NBA
best coach of all time? Or I said, no, does he fit this coach Spoelstra? Does he belong in this
in that
conversation?
conversation.
And that got shut down like crazy. And you want to know what's funny is all of a sudden this year, all when they beat Miami that game, it was turned into, oh my God, Coach Spoelstra does this so much with all these teams. I'm like, yeah, no joke. Like talked about it last year. The guy takes average and does well beyond what he should be doing with those teams.
Well, yeah, I mean the proof is in the pudding with Spoelstra. It's like
What
travel.
is he
Oh my
doing?
goodness.
What are you doing, bro? Take the layup. See,
Wow,
that's what you
that
get for
was.
foul hunting. That's what you get for foul hunting or whatever he was trying to do.
Well, did you see I think he didn't expect whoever was guarding the basket kind of faked at him and then went to go take the corner pass, and I think it threw him off. And I
I'm
think he
taking the
tried to put
bucket.
the ball
You got to
down.
take that bucket, but hey, good job by New York.
I can't even remember what I was about to say. What were we
Something
talking
about
about?
we were talking about Spoelstra,
Yeah, but what about him?
just about how he takes average and
Oh,
overachieves.
yeah. The proof is in the pudding, just literally in the past 5, 6 years, like he's taken teams that you would not expect to the NBA Finals or the Eastern Conference Finals.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Happens year in, year out. Let's talk
All
about
right,
this Minnesota Nuggets series, bro. I wanna hear, because
I got Nuggets in
I've heard
seven.
a
I'm gonna
lot of
just my picks out there. Nuggets in seven.
I've heard a lot of
Nobody's
Nuggets
beating
fans
these guys.
worried about it.
Oh my god, dude, crazy. When they were down 3-1 again, when they went up 3-1 against LA, and the Lakers finally won a game for the first time in 13 tries. The Laker Twitter was or Nuggets Twitter was just panic mode. I'm like, guys, ain't no way a team that just beat another team 12 straight times in a row is gonna lose 4 in a row. There's no way. That is
Yeah,
called father children. You are our children.
yeah,
Is Rudy
that
Gobert
was
playing? Is he on the court? Note that.
no,
Note
he's
that
not.
he's not
Oh
here. He
wow.
had a kid. He had a kid born today. His first kid was
Oh
born
really?
today. So that's big. I saw that. Yep, that's gonna be a game changer. Aunt Edwards gonna have to go for about 50, and Carl Anthony Towns are gonna have to go about
45.
45. Um, what's your thoughts on him? I feel like a lot of people are saying what a lot of like true basketball players have been kind of saying about Anthony Edwards for the past year and a half now. It's just
Oh,
now
I
that
thought
he's
you were
on
talking about Carl Anthony Towns. Yeah,
no, and
Anthony Edwards.
just because he's on such a bigger national stage right now. But like this dude's been doing this, like since college. Not
Well,
to this like level, but
I mean, I think what we're seeing is he's taken that step to like being a top dog. Like like you said, we saw it coming. A lot of people saw it coming that he was gonna be like this at some point, especially if he kept developing. But I think that's exactly what we're seeing. He's taken the step from a rising star to he's a bona fide top dog now.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I think this is gonna be a dogfight for the Nuggets, though. But dude, I think they're just too good. I think the Nuggets are just too deep, too good. They play the same
I
pace the whole game. They know they're
I
never.
think I think Minnesota is going to be their toughest series.
Oh, one
Like
hundred percent.
whoever they see in the Western Conference Finals, if they get to that point, get past Minnesota, um,
So
I
let
don't think it's going
me
to be as tough.
let me ask you something here. Um,
Hmm.
Denver easily has the ability with this current roster construction to run the NBA for a good stretch. Wouldn't you say about for if they did a good enough job with this core, they could run the league for a good like the Warriors did. Do you think like in a sense?
Yeah,
Agree or disagree?
I agree.
Okay.
I think they could definitely um, be a team that's always there. You know, they're
Here's
always at
the
that finals
yeah, here's
point.
my second part. Second part. So there's the build up. This feels eerily similar to what the Golden State Warriors and the Houston Rockets series were like for those 6, 7 years,
Mm.
where it's just going to be back and forth constantly, every
With
single game.
Minnesota
Like,
and Denver.
yes, with Minnesota and Denver.
Are you talking about
And
for
it's,
years to come with this series or
yes,
just this
years
series
to
in
come.
particular?
Because I think Minnesota's going to they're going to do whatever they're going to keep they're going to keep this roster. You
Hmm.
have to keep that core together. And the Nuggets are going to do the same thing. I think these might be the two teams out the West that we're going to be like, oh my God, for the next couple of years.
That would be crazy. That would be dope for Minnesota faithful, like they would, I'm sure, love for that to be the case. I think if, like you said, if they can keep the core of each of these teams together, especially with, like we said, with what Anthony Edwards is starting to show and is clearly going to be. I think the NBA is a thing where you have to get a little bit better each year because teams that are contending, they always add pieces to counter what you got because now you're the standard of what it takes to win a title. So
Mm-hmm.
I think every single year they're going to have to try and get a little bit better in some spot, whatever that spot may be.
I'm pulling for the Nuggies to win again this year. I mean, just because this is the one team, and I'm sure you know this too. Like growing up, this is the one team in Wyoming that we gotta watch all the time.
Yeah.
We you could get every single Nuggets game on altitude. So like I remember
Altitude
watching.
sports and entertainment.
Yep, and I remember watching like Mane, Eduardo Nahara, Lennis Kleza, Earl Boykins, J.R. Smith, Birdman, like
Oh,
all
yeah.
those dudes. Those were the fun nugget, like the fun days. So like part
They
of
were
me
never good
still
though, you know what I mean?
no,
Like
no, that's what
they were not a
sucked.
good team.
They were averagely good. So like that's where even though I'm such a like a Steph Curry Warriors guy, like still I'm still pulling for them to win this year again as the
The
local
Nuggets,
team.
yeah. Yeah, no, I think it'd be super cool if they were able to get another one. Um, and they certainly have the team to do it. Like there's no question about it.
They got to
It's
get
okay,
past
so
Minnesota though.
exactly. And so like I'm going back to your pick. I'm really struggling with who to pick, honestly. I got to see how this game goes. And I know that's cheating, but
That's cheating. No,
man,
I
my
picked I
heart
said
tells me
Nuggets
the
in
Nugs.
7. I said Nuggets in 7 along like before it started. It said, "What's your prediction?" or whatever, and I was like, because it said it had a Jokic and Gobert right next to each other, and I was just like, "Oh, brother, I got 45 Nuggets in 7."
Mm.
Remember that? Remember when
Mm-hmm.
Gobert? I got him, brother. I got
That's the most
45.
casual line too. That's the most casual piece of trash talk right there. Like, my guy, I got 45 on you right now.
Bro, look at the scoreboard. I gave you 45. Fresh served.
Oh man, fresh served right out of the machine. But just to talk more about this series, like the reason I'm struggling with just being all in on the Nugs is when Minnesota's at full strength, like you said, with Gobert being able to throw multiple guys at Jokic, it just Jokic has showed that he can handle that type of stuff, but it makes me nervous for the Nugs,
Mm-hmm.
man. And to be quite honest with you, I think Ant Edward, excuse me, I think Ant is definitely at a higher level than Jamal Murray. I'm gonna put him at a
100%.
higher, yeah, right now. Like at least right now, the way they're playing, I give him the edge over Jamal Murray.
100% agree on that. Jamal Murray been struggling, like struggling. So he's got to figure.
Hmm.
I think he's got to figure that out if they want to. If they want to win this
Other than the
series,
game
obviously,
winners.
people were on his neck earlier, and I'm like, you got in the Lakers series. I'm like, you guys got to understand the reason you're up 3-0 is because of Jamal Murray, or 3-1. That's what it was. After they lost. After they lost, Nuggets Nation went into a freaking panic. Oh my God, Jamal Murray's got to figure it out. We're gonna lose this series. It's like, guys, hey, chill out.
It's a 7-game series, baby.
Ain't nobody beating the Nuggets in four times in 7 games. Sorry, I don't see
4
it.
times straight.
Yeah, that 4 times straight. So, OKC and the Mavs. Who do you got? Because I think, truthfully, that series is irrelevant to me. Because whoever wins this series is going to the finals.
I agree. But talking about that series, dude, man, I'm struggling with that one too. I want to go Dallas because I think Luka's a cold-blooded killer, but OKC's got a lot of firepower, so I just like
Mm-hmm.
Dallas because they have two guys that have shown that they can close a game. And right now, OKC has like Shea Gilgeous-Alexander that I feel like can really close out a game.
That's what I was just about to say. The playoffs are about closers and buckets, stops and buckets, and I
It's
think the
always been
Mavs.
about buckets.
I think the Mavs are best suited up for that in that series. They got more. I think they're louder, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and I think we've talked about this before. They have guys that have been there before,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that is until I'm proven very wrong in that, I am gonna stick to that. You know, that is a big determining factor of the way playoff series go.
And one thing, like I told, me and Clem agreed on this yesterday. Kyrie could have 20 points on the scoreboard, 20, like 2-0, and it could feel like he has 40.
Hmm.
Every single time he touches it, it's loud. Hit.
And especially because it's like a lot of times it's him closing the game. Like
Mm-hmm.
he is he is an unbelievable closer of basketball games. I don't know how else to put it, you know?
Aaron Gordon, just be confident. Shoot the damn
Yeah,
ball,
man.
bro. Jesus
Come on,
Christ.
Aaron.
I hate that, dude. Like, you're a pro. You shoot that shot every day wide open. I get it's a game, but like, just shoot the
It's
ball.
efficiency, brother. It's efficiency. It's not a very efficient shot for
They
him.
can't guard. That's one thing Denver has struggled, is keeping dudes in front of them.
Look at that little finish from Ant. Oh my goodness.
Shoot the ball, dude. Thank
Oh,
you.
they're letting him
Hey,
shoot it too. Kyle Anderson didn't even put
he
a hand
adored
up.
Kyle Anderson. Disgusting.
Slow mo.
His shot is disgusting. Nas Reed's in the game. Uh-oh. Better get a hand up on
See, and
him.
that's another one for me. I think Nas Reed's a game changer
Scoot
for
it.
the. There
Scoot
you
it.
go, right on cue.
You better guard him.
See, he's
He's in
guarding
a
Jokic
rhythm.
right now.
No, they got the big guy. I think Denver's got to try and figure out a way to play DeAndre Jordan in this game too, or in this series. You
In
have
this
to.
series.
You have to.
We were talking
Or
about
I
that a little
mean,
bit on the way back from Kansas City this weekend.
Aaron Gordon's got to be more. Has to be a 20 and 15 guy or a 20 25 point night guy.
Yeah, and I think he's got to find they've got to find ways for him to stay. They're so good at getting him into that dunker spot for those little lobs and
Uh-huh. The one
just those
yeah.
dump offs.
The thing that makes me mad too is like, or it's frustrating, doesn't make me mad, it's frustrating. Freaking Michael Porter Jr. was gassing that thing against LA, and then this game it's like, come on, buddy. He played good in game 1, but get in there. Let's
Yep.
go. Dork him.
That's how. See, now they're gonna start running out at him, and he's gonna play in that little dunker spot,
He's
and he'll go
5 for
yam
5.
on somebody. Oh wow,
He
2
got
for 2 from
13.
3.
He 13 of their 17.
Charge.
Oh, that's a charge, ref. I hate NBA officials so much. I do. That's my public service announcement. If Bush wants to go on a rant, there it is. NBA officials need to do better, or like just why have them? Let's just have computers ref the game if these guys are gonna be that dog shit out there.
Yeah, they. I think the thing that gets me with NBA refs is I feel like a lot of refs get super egotistical, but NBA
Mm-hmm.
refs are on another level, man. It's crazy.
Let's go, Mike. Oh, see, now you got that
He's not gonna
official.
tee him up.
Now you got an official yelling at him. Like, what is this, dude? He just lost. This official just lost his mind and just is yelling at players like, get him out of the game. Get him out of the game. This is too big for him. It's too big. It's an egotistic moment, like you just said.
This moment is too big.
his ego is showing. Mark Davis is showing his true colors like he's always shown. That's what I hate so much. Like, dude,
You know
that's
the
a
name
foul.
of that ref?
Yeah, Mark Davis.
Oh, really? I know a couple of them. I don't know him. Yeah, man, that was definitely a charge.
It was a charge on the one, and then it's a foul on the other. Like even Edwards going at the guy. Like, that's a foul.
Yeah, like, come on, dude. He needs to rotate.
Get
You
that
know,
guy
in
out
summer
of there.
camps where like coaches will if one
Adam
team
Silver needs to
didn't-
get on the phone. Like, hey, get him out. Get him out. He's done. But
need to
Adam won't
rotate
do
him
that.
out.
Adam Silver's
You know, in
content with
summer
ruining
camps
the
though,
yeah.
like they'll like ask you like, can you switch with that guy? Jeez.
No,
No, I
you
cannot.
see my name. You see my name on the 12 o'clock game? No, it means I'm on break.
No,
Hey,
but
can
I
you
mean
get this
like
game?
if you know what I mean, like if you're reffing a game and you're like always at the half court on one end and then always at the, you know what I mean? Like there'll be if one team's getting all the calls, one of the
Can we
coaches
get
will
you
always
down
be
there?
like, "Can you switch? Can you switch ends?"
Like, you're calling everything. Like, can we get you down there? I can't get nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey man, sorry, it's just I can't see everything.
We haven't had an opportunity to switch, bud. All
Hasn't
right.
been a dead ball. You've called like 5 fouls. Yeah, I mean, we switch every 10.
Yeah, bud. Sorry. Let me do my job
Yeah,
of calling hand checks on your players.
Mm-hmm. The viral. Did you see the new viral? The youth foul. That kid flopping.
Oh my
Overtime posted
gosh,
it,
dude.
and the ref
Yes.
called the offensive foul.
Abysmal. Just abysmal, dude.
You know, when I laughed and I said, "Thank you, God. Thank you for not making me that team's coach."
Did you lose your mind?
I would have got teed up, ejected, and we would have gotten the game shortened. He would
There was
have
also a
that
video
official would have
of a
said that
ref
official would have said,
smacking a
"Get out of
coach.
here." That ref would have said, "You're done." I said, "All right, we're
It's
done."
time for you to go, coach. It's time for you to
Well,
go.
we're done. We're all done. We're not playing that bullshit. That was so bad, dude.
Dude, and it's like the crazy part is it was right in front of the ref. How do you not see just the blatant acting
He
job
didn't want to
that
be
was
there.
going on? Yeah, he didn't. Watch this.
Traveled.
Boom.
Oh, that's a
Charge.
charge. I want to see what they're saying here. It's a charge all day.
Yeah, that ref is chesting up with Mike Malone, man. That's crazy.
Reggie says, "How about the restraint from Mark Davis?" Nah, dude, he just chested up.
Yeah.
What you mean? That was a bad. To me, that's not a good look for refs to be doing that. You got to be the professional on the court, like the business professional on the court,
Either that or
as the
just like
official.
he's gonna come out and scream at you like that. Just tee him up. Did he get tossed?
No, he
Oh
didn't
no,
get
he's over
nothing.
there. I see him. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, at least tee him up if you're gonna if you're gonna boss up like that, dude. Come on now.
That's Kyle Anderson. You're a joke.
You don't like slow mo?
No, you should. The reason I like last game, dude. He was asking for fouls and complaining for fouls like he was the next best thing, and it's like, dude, no, you.
Yeah,
Sorry,
they're
brother.
letting these
That's
dudes
not
play,
you.
bro. They're letting them play physical right now.
I'm not gonna lie, that doesn't suit well for Denver.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, Minnesota is built to guard
Did you
this
ever
team.
notice? Did you ever notice how teams beat up on the Warriors? What did they do?
Got physical with them.
Yep. It's gonna take them some time. They'll figure it out. Someone's gonna have to just say, "Man," is gonna have to man up and just start throwing punches in the locker room.
Just going at dudes at halftime, like.
Throwing chairs, slapping clipboards, breaking stuff.
Man, I tossed my I was worked up after a game this weekend. I tossed my marker. I didn't like chuck it like super hard, but I just kind of
Did it
gave it a
break?
little no, I just gave it a little flick behind my back, and with some authority, I'd like to say. And
Clint. Oh man, dude. Don't you love getting mad at kids?
no, I don't. Oh
Clem,
my gosh,
Clem,
Kyle Anderson's
that's the
3 point.
disgusting. Just let him shoot. Let him shoot. You'll win this game by 40. What was I gonna say? Oh, Clem got so mad at he threw his clipboard on the ground and kicked it, and it flew underneath the rug, and he couldn't find it during the game. He's
That
coaching
would
on one.
happen to Clem,
He
man.
was coaching on one court, and I was coaching on the other court. Our benches were back to back, and I could just hear him chewing ass. I'm over there, and I'm over here getting diced up by Warwick. Back screens over after back screen
Man,
after back screen after back screen.
flare
Um,
screen.
it's nuts.
Yeah, man, they
It's
run their
nuts.
stuff crisp.
Oh, what was I gonna say? Oh, after that, so we got beat 62-6, right? And then we ended up winning our next game. But oh yeah, we did not by Warwick, by Minnesota Fury. Yeah, 62 to
Mm,
6, scoreless in the second half.
wow.
You know when you get beat so bad you don't forget the score.
You what?
You get beat so bad you don't forget the score.
Yeah, like it's
That's
seared into
happened
your
3 times.
brain.
That's happened 3 times in my life. 3. Once when we were young, we got beat by Scotts Bluff like 70-20. That's what it was. Our first ever loss, 70-20 to a team our age. And
Hmm.
then at West Texas, my first year at Western, we got beat 115 to 55 or 114 to 55. That was horrible.
Mm.
Horrible. And then this one 62-6. I got outscored. I didn't score a bucket in the second half. Like,
Yeah, if you don't score in the second half, that you'll definitely remember that one.
so anyways, we like the other team gave us hell, like warranted, right? One time, it's warranted for one time. You got beat by 56. You scored six.
Hmm.
Yeah, yes, we got smacked. It is what it
That
is.
happens sometimes, man.
Lo and behold, they blew a 15-point lead with like 8 minutes left and lost their game. So I found that out, and you know me, I fired it right back in one of their kids, in one of their faces real quick, and he's like, "Dang, you didn't have to do that." I'm like, you, don't play. I don't play nice, and so it kept going though. Like it kept going. We go to the next court, and like they kept giving everyone crap for it, and I'm like, all right, this is getting old. Like this is old. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, they kept talking about it?
yeah. Now I was like, now it's getting old. Like now, okay, it happened. Yes, it happened, but we don't need to be making fun of our teammates for it. And then we're making comments like, "Oh my God, look at that guy! He's so big. I don't want to play." I'm like, dude, I just made a comment. Y'all sound scared. Like I'm almost embarrassed to stand on your guys' sideline if you're gonna be talking like that. Like they share the same court as you. But I just looked down. I was like, hey, I was like, we got to talk. We have to talk as a as a family afterwards, like a group, all of us. After this game, I was like, I got a lot on my mind, and it's not good. Like it's a learning moment, and so we both got beat. And me and Clem, and we go out to the lawn, and I'm like, the whole time we're walking out, I'm like, please let me go first. Please let me go first. And because I was just like predetermined all game what I was gonna say.
You had your script.
Yeah, he looks over at us and he goes, Bush, Clem, and you guys want to start? I was like, yeah, I'll go first. Actually, I'll start with the bad news first, though. Oh, but I basically my message was like, guys, I get it. One time, I'll listen to it one time, but don't repeatedly doing it. Don't repeat it over and over and over. I
Yeah.
was like, how does that make us feel? Like truthfully, how does that really? Yes, we got our ass beat. We know we did. We don't need to hear it from you all day. I was like,
Hmm.
you heard me one time tell you guys you lost by 15 or you blew a 15-point lead. I was like, but you haven't heard me say anything since that you guys know how to choke. Because I was just making, like, I called him out in the huddle and stuff, but said my piece and stuff. I was like, but what we're not going to do is sit here and pout. What we're going to do is we're going to rebound from this, and we're going to have a positive day of ball tomorrow. Like, we're going to get better from this, and we're going to learn and grow and stuff, like, I think that's one thing that I've learned how to do better is you give out your ass chewing, but you end it in a positive way. Like, all right, that's done over with. Let's go. Come on. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's how kids
I did.
respond, anyways.
I want to hear what Clem was saying to his guys. I would love to hear Clem go off. It'd be funny to hear what he had to
Clem was
say.
going for like, Clem was going for like 5, 6. I was ranting for a minute. Clem was ranting for a minute. We're just going on. He's like, man, he's like, you guys think it's sweet. We just get clapped over here. Sioux Falls, they just come clap us over here because you guys just don't care. You think it's just cool to be out here with your friends and whatnot. He's like, I'm not doing that this year. He's like, if you want to be on my team, you better be ready to play because if you're not, bye. I was like, oh my lord.
He
And
was getting it off his
we
chest.
set the standard though. Like we had to set the standard there and whatnot. And it ended up being a good weekend. My team learned from it. The next weekend they got third in a really good North Dakota tournament. So we're
Love
fine.
that, dude.
We have the pieces, dude. We can't shoot. We cannot shoot, and that's got to be
That's tough
fixed.
in today's world. Yeah, you gotta hit shots.
Like they lost one of their games because of free throws. Like we missed 8 of 10 free throws in the last 3 minutes, and we could have won that game. Like been close and in the game, like
Hmm.
is what it is though.
It is indeed. Well, brother, let's watch this game, huh?
Yep. Nuggets in 7. You
I'm
heard
gonna
it.
go Nuggets as well. I'm gonna go Nuggets,
Nuggets,
in 7 as well.
Nuggets in 7, Mavs in 6.
Ooh, I think that one's gonna go 7 too.
The other side, it's more or less. I think I established the pace. I got the Pacers in Boston.
I got Knicks in Boston.
All right. Well, we'll keep track of that. Episode 43. Y'all
We,
know where to follow us.
Yeah, but hold up. We hopefully have a little guest coming on here. You know,
Oh yeah.
that'll
3.
be a fun one. Yeah, we do.
We
just got to
We
get
have
them
3.
locked
We
in.
just got to get the right times. We're just so busy. But all right. That's it. That's all I got.
You know what it is. Kitchen Hook.
Peace.
Peace.